look at the volatility in the markets right now, we were just talking about leverage. The question remains, has enough leverage been popped out of the system to be comfortable with the floor that we're seeing in Bitcoin today?
Well, I think it's actually ironic that we're worried about the asset prices going down so much when we're on the cusp of massive adoption in the space as regulatory clarity is on the come in this year. Now, in terms of whether it's bottomed out or not, that's a tough question, but if you look at the open interest in the futures on the exchanges, there has a little bit more to go down perhaps. And also the other thing that people don't realize in terms of leverage on the space is that in the on-chain world, one of the biggest growth areas has been what they call liquid staking. And liquid staking is nothing more than rehypothecation, allowing your Ethereum to be collateralized and to be staked and restaked. It's literally no different from what we saw in 2007, 2008. So now with this down market, that there's a lot of liquidation of that because they're unwinding that leverage. So that is happening on-chain in terms of some leverage unwind. But you're right, it's nowhere near what we saw in those centralized wallets with the leverage back during the FTX timeframe.
You know, it's interesting because when you saw the moves out of the White House, perhaps there was no more excitement than what we saw surrounding the potential for a strategic Bitcoin reserve and then the White House Crypto Summit. The idea of you have kind of all the president's deputies here bringing over the community to home base. Nothing happened, at least not in terms of pricing. In fact, you're worse off for it when you look at it today in terms of crypto pricing. So realistically, is there a big move that this administration would have to make to bring the price back up to where we were in the weeks after the election?
I think it's naturally going to happen. I mean, there's now more refining of the Genius Act, which is basically the Stablecoin Act. That will go into place. And then stablecoins are the big unlock in terms of adoption. So you have adoption that's going to happen when regulatory becomes more clear. We are working with so many different companies like the Cleveland Cavaliers, trying to put an entire loyalty fan base engagement system on chain so they can have better understanding of what their fan base is actually doing by using payment rails, using stablecoins possibly. I mean, there's just a lot of adoption that will come and that will reverse a lot of this trend. There's also more access. I mean, today, Van Eck just announced that they register for a Avalanche ETF. That's huge. There's more access. It's a convergence of traditional finance with the crypto asset class. And I think people should be more excited than ever right now. Ironically, the asset prices are doing the opposite.